What did do, Direct Nation? Marvel Rivals just gave us our first look at Cloak and Dagger gameplay, and thank God they're a healer. Besides Captain America, every new character showcased in Rivals since Gamescom has been a duelist, the DPS class, and supports have been waiting for somebody new to be added to the roster. Well, Cloak and Dagger were definitely worth the wait based on their gameplay trailer. They are a strategist because there is a lot going on in their hero kit. It'll take some skill to use them, but they have the potential to be one of the best characters in the game. So let's go through the abilities so you can hit the ground running with Cloak and Dagger when the game officially launches on December 6th. First, hit the like button if you appreciate these quick character guides so more rival players can see it, or leave a dislike if it wasn't helpful at all. Once again, W's in the chat for the design team because Cloak and Dagger both look incredible. Rivals also revealed their first skin, Growth and Decay, which also looks amazing. NetEase is going to be printing money this month with all these fire skins. Now, there's a lot going on in these gameplay clips, but their kit also seems easy to understand. Dagger heals the team, Cloak debuffs the enemy. Dagger's normal attack is similar to Luna Snow and Loki. She can shoot daggers made of light that heal when they hit your ally or do damage when they hit the enemy. You get 12 shots before you have to reload, and they also explode on impact. What's crazy about these daggers though is you don't have to aim. If you look closely, when she shoots at Mantis, a special red target appears around her, and the dagger is actually supposed to miss because Mantis got knocked up in the air by Venom, but the dagger instead curves upward and hits Mantis anyway. She does the same to Groot, locking on to damage him, and then locks on to Venom to heal him. This already makes her normal attacks better than both Luna and Mantis. Her right click sends out 3 daggers that creates a large dome that slowly heals Venom over time and has a 15-second cooldown. Now she switches to Cloak, and we see him use his right click, which seems to be similar to Wanda's mobility skill that makes her invisible and allows her to float. Once he's in position, he sends a wall of purple energy that does decent damage but appears to debuff Mantis and Rocket. Based on the icon for the skill, an eye with a line through it, the skill messes up the opponent's vision, which explains why they can't seem to shoot Cloak even though he's right in front of them. He just picks them off with his normal dagger attacks, which have infinite ammo but probably have no effects. Both cooldowns are 12 seconds. This next scene is what makes this character absolutely insane. Dagger is helping in a 3-on-1 against Doctor Strange. She uses her E, which pushes forward a wall of light that I assume heals allies, but it missed Venom and hits Moon Knight, who was already at full health. It does a small amount of damage to Strange, but this is where things get crazy. She switches back to Cloak, and then Doctor Strange attempts to use his ultimate to stun them all in place, but Cloak activates the right click he used previously to float, and the darkness extends to his allies and makes them all immune to Doctor Strange's ability. That is a ridiculous skill, but you for sure need to be locked in and know when best to switch to Cloak and have the reflexes to react in time. The next scene is pretty great as well. Here we see Dagger managing to out-heal Star-Lord's damage, keeping Moon Knight at full health, which is one of the things I was worried about. A main healer needs to be able to apply a lot of healing to counter DPS, and overall it looks like Luna, Jeff, and Adam are much stronger in that area. But then Dagger switches to Cloak as Star-Lord triggers his ultimate, and we get confirmation of what the E ability does. It hits Star-Lord for a chunk of health, and then we switch to his perspective to see that it applies a debuff that makes your entire screen purple so you can't see your enemies. Star-Lord's ultimate has hitscan as well, but he can't lock on to anyone and gets taken out. The last clip shows their ultimate, but it's hard to tell what it does other than make them invincible while they do it and leave a hazard on the ground that does damage over time. Overall, I think Cloak and Dagger is very strong, but will take a decent level of skill to use properly. I also think you need a stronger healer like a Jeff or a Luna to pair with them because Dagger doesn't seem to heal enough based on the amount of damage that can be done in the game to carry on her own. Also, neither Cloak or Dagger seem to be able to self-heal unless Dagger runs inside the Dome of Light, which is a big disadvantage as a healer. But I'm glad support players got a cool new character to use, and I hope Marvel Rivals prioritizes adding even more next. If support isn't for you though, you're going to want to check out Black Widow. She's a really cool character that people are already asking to be nerfed. Click the video on screen and learn more.